2 words, Delta, breathe.
What's going on, everyone? Delta Breeze here, bringing you guys week 8 of the KPL. This is the team breakdown for the final week of the regular season of season 2, and this is my last chance to just get that record 4-4 and not have a more losses and less wins kind of, or more losses less wins kind of deal. But this is it, and I feel very strong, very confident about this. I spent a lot of time looking at his team, and I even helped out. I know he was looking at Garian Slowbro, and we were kind of talking about that a while ago. So I've been looking at this team. I've been preparing for it, and I think I have answers. I have good answers for a lot of these mons. But you can see his team right there. His 11, a little bit extra more I have to prep for, but that's cool with me, right? But you can see his 11 on the screen. I'm gonna go over his threats, some things to watch out for, and then I'm gonna go over my 6 Pokemon, what I'm bringing, and why I'm bringing it. Starting his roster off, he does have Darkrise, his legendary Pokemon, and this thing I think is the biggest threat on his team. Like, out of all of his Pokemon, this is the big guy, the chief right here. With 135 special attack and 125 speed, it hits fast, like faster than anything on my team. Even if he scarfs it, then I can't outspeed it. There's nothing I can do about it. And with 135 special attack, he's gonna hit like a truck. If I don't have Assault Vest on this week, and then spoiler, I'm not bringing Clodsire in my special defensive wall. So this thing, and I know that might be like, why are you doing that? I'll go into it. But this thing is a menace, man. He gets great coverage. If he scarves, he's gonna have 4 moves. You rock Dark Pulse, Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, and like Psychic or Sludge Wave for that Iron Valiant or anything like that. Fastest thing on his team, the hardest hitting thing on his team. It's scary, but I think I have answers. Its HP is not that great, and all his defenses is less than 100. So if I have priority, I think that's my best win con for this Darkrise. Just hit it with priority. Fighting type priority would be freaking amazing, especially on Iron Valiant. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. But I definitely have answers for this thing, for sure. Next, he has Hawlucha. Same thing with Sneasler last week. This thing has Unburden. So if it uses item, boom, his speed goes through the roof. And he can run a Grassy Seed to pair with his Thiaki or even my Rillaboom. He can lose that item, and his speed is just unhinged, right? At 118 speed, this thing even outspeeds my fastest Pokemon. So if he even runs Scarves and is not even going to worry about Unburden, then he will outspeed my Pokemon, and he can like Acrobatics, or he can Brave Bird my Iron Valiant. And so I really have to watch out for this thing, and I really hope it's an Unburden set, because I can work well with that than a Scarf Hawlucha. But it gets a Body Press, it gets Flying Press, which should either be a fighting type move or a flying type move, depending on what you need for that moment. So he can use Flying Press, and that'll be a flying type move against my Iron Valiant. His other ability is Limber, prevents it from getting paralyzed, or Mold Breaker, it just stops any abilities from letting moves hit. But it's gonna be Unburden. This thing is stupid with Unburden. It could set up a Swords Dance and boost its attack while boosting up its speed if it gets rid of its item. So this thing, both Darkrai and this thing, is super fast and can be very scary. But like I said, I do have priority on my team, and I have bulky Pokemon, so I think I can handle this thing pretty well. And this dude has 2 evolutions, which is awesome. I love Eevee. His first one is going to be Vaporeon, probably one of the bulkiest water types out there. It gets Wish, Protect support. It can scald things and burn things. It can Ice Beam. It's a utility Pokemon, and it can be very annoying and very bulky, hard to take down. But I have Grass. I have a very powerful Grass type and very powerful Electric type on my team, so I'm not too worried about this thing. It'll be annoying, and it'll take a while to get it knocked out, but I think I can do it. But I do think Vaporeon is a bring for sure, just because of how useful it can be, especially with, like I said, Wish Protect, and I like Vaporeon a lot, so I think he's going to bring it. We'll just have to see. Next, he has a Hydrapple, one of his 2 Regenerator Pokemon. I know Regenerator gave me a huge problem with my week 6 against Brandon and his Tornadus. So I really have to kind of like really dent that thing. Lucky for me, it's Grass and Dragon type, so Ice type moves are going to be super effective against it. And just Grass has a lot of weaknesses. Dragon can be taken care of. So I have Fairy, I have Ice, I have just a whole bunch of covers for this thing. So Regenerator is going to be super annoying. You can just build it very bulky, and then Regenerator just gets his health back every time you switch in. He has 2 Pokemon that have Regenerator, so that'll be fun to deal with. But hopefully it doesn't give me as many problems as it did in the past. But Super excited, and I think I got this. Following Hydrapple, he does have Hisuian Typhlosion. I like Typhlosion a lot, both regular and Hisuian, and the one thing I know it likes to do a lot is Choice Scarf Eruption. Eruption is based on his HP, so if it can move first and hit hard, it will. It can be a very effective wall breaker, and Fire type is such a good typing, and if I don't have anything to deal with it, then it can really hurt my team. Again, Assault Vests, I've already said it a while ago, Assault Vests are going to be the thing that's going to help me out a lot in this match. He has a lot of strong special attackers, so that's the plan. Next, he has Reggi Rock, and this thing is very, very defensive. It's a very high defensive at 200. It's stupid. But it can take hits. I have to hit on the special side, of course. It can set up Stealth Rocks. It can set up Iron Defenses and start body pressing thing. It has great coverage, Earthquake, Heavy Slam, I think it gets like the Thunder Punch and Ice Punch or something like that, or Fire Punch, one of those two, but it gets the punches. It is also a Terra Captain, being Terra Rock, Terra Ghost, and Terra Water. I really like those typings, and I think it'll make it very useful and very hard to take down. I have to hit it hard and just kind of do switch around and just hit it multiple times. It gets Drain Punch, but that's its only kind of recovery, so if I can just kind of stop that from happening with like maybe a Ghost type, that'll be it. But Reggi Rock is a bulky mon. It's gonna be super annoying to take down, but hit on the special side and I'm good to go. His other rock type is up next. He has Lyen Rock, midday form, not midnight or dust form, the midday one, and I think that's the best one to go against, just because its moves pool is it gets kind of like chopped a little with midday, so it doesn't get knockoff, it doesn't get outrage. There's a lot of things it doesn't get, but the other ones do, so it's very nice that it's just midday and I can handle that. It does get priority in Excel Rock. It does get, I think, Sucker Punch. Its attack stat is decent at 117 and speed is at 110, so they're both over 100, both very, very viable and can be very useful. You can run Choice Band and kind of run the same set I did in like my Spin the Wheel episode, my Dusk, my Lyen Rock Dusk, Excel Rock, Sucker Punch, Play Rough, and maybe like Close Combat or Drill Run, just some good coverage. Or it could also be a lead with Stealth Rocks, just like Reggi Rock. Two very possible leads with Stealth Rocks. He's gonna bring one or the other. I don't think he's gonna bring both Lyen Rock and Reggi Rock. But I know a rock type might come, and it's gonna be one of the two. If I had to bet, I think it'd be probably Reggi Rock, just because it can take hits and it's a Terra Captain. So we'll have to see about that. But Lyen Rock is on my radar, and I have answered for it, and I'm not gonna let it just come in and sweep me for sure. Next, he has Thiaki, and I know he really loves Thiaki, so I do expect him to bring it. It might even be a lead to set up the grassy terrain. I know I have my Rillaboom, so maybe he might not even bring it, just because like I'm gonna bring Rillaboom and set it up. So why would he kind of bring it out of the better version? But it does get Eviolite, so it could be a little bit bulkier than Rillaboom. It gets Fake Out, Grassy Glide, same things that Rillaboom gets. Just it could be a little bit bulkier with that Eviolite, but it is hindered to that Eviolite. If he runs any other item, he can be one shot. It's only a middle stage evolution, so. That's something that if I do see it, it's more than likely Eviolite. It is a Terra Captain, being Terra Grass, Terra Fire, and Terra Dark. And I know he likes Terra Fire, so I have answers for that. I think my lead, if he does bring it, it is going to be a lead, so he can Fake Out and maybe U-turn out of the way. So if he does bring that, I have an answer to that. But Thiaki is, I'm not sleeping on Thiaki. Thiaki is a threat, and if I do see it, I can't take it lightly. His next pick is going to be Metagross, a very scary pseudo-legendary. Steel and Psychic, such a good type combination. It is slow, which I can use, hopefully. There's no Trick Room shenanigans on his team. I think the only people who can set up Trick Room, I think, is Slowbro. Slowbro, I think, is the only one who can set up Trick Room. Maybe Sylveon. I'll have to double check after this. But I think, yeah, Slowbro is the only one that can set up Trick Room. So this thing in a Trick Room, maybe slap a weakness policy on there. Man, this thing it can be bulky, and then it can be super fast in that Trick Room. So I really have to watch out for that. It gets Bullet Punch priority, Earthquake, Zen Headbutt. It could just another wall breaker, and really hard to take down. You can't Toxic it because it's a Steel type. So dark moves, Dark, Ground, Fire, and Ghost are going to be my best friends against this thing. And if he doesn't have weakness policy, then we're good to go. If he does, that's another story. We're just going to have to play by ear and kind of see what that item is before I use any moves. But yeah, Metagross is a threat, man, and I hope he doesn't bring it, but he probably will. Rounding out his evolutions, he has Vaporeon, and now he has Sylveon, the fairy typing for the evolutions. And this thing is, I think it hits harder than Vaporeon. Vaporeon is more bulky. This thing is more like offensively in the special side. It gets an ability Pixelate, so any normal type move turns into a fairy type. So a fairy type Hyper Beam and a fairy type Hyper Voice can be super scary. Hyper Beam he might bring just to hit very hard, 150 base power. You do have to recharge after it, so maybe Hyper Voice or something a little bit better than that he might bring. He also gets Wish Protect on this thing. He gets Mystical Fire for coverage. Sylveon and Vaporeon, it's hard to justify. I mean, you can bring both, 100%. Like, if he brings I will not be surprised. But that kind of only leaves 4 openings for all his other great Pokemon. So the evolutions, he could bring one, he could bring both, he could bring none. I have no idea. I'm just excited to see that team layout. But Sylveon is a monster, and he can tear through teams for sure. And last but not least, I know he was looking for a poison type. We were talking about it a while ago, and look, he did settle on Garian Slowbro, which I think was a fantastic pick, man. This thing is ridiculous. It's his only Pokemon to set up Trick Room, like I said earlier. It gets Regenerator, his other Regenerator Pokemon, and I do in singles, especially draft content, Regenerator is super useful because you want to switch out a bit. So if he brings one of them, it's going to be Regenerator. This thing has Shied Cell Arm, is a move, it's a poison type move. It's stupid, man. It's either special or physical based on whatever it's more helpful to the user. So it's always going to hit me like super effective. So there's nothing I can do about that. But this thing, I know it can yawn. I love Slowbro. Slowbro's I love Slowbro, so I know it pretty well. Garian Slowbro gets a little bit extra moves, but it's the same thing. It can yawn me. It can be super annoying. It has a ton of statuses. I know it gets Toxic now. It's a poison type. It gets Thunder Wave. It gets like I said, yawn. It gets good coverage, Flamethrower. I think does it still get Surf? I have to look after this. But again, coverage, man. Psychics, Poison. I think it gets like Dark types with Dark Pulse and stuff like that. So bulky and annoying is the one thing I like to describe Slowbro. I absolutely love Slowbro. So I know this thing pretty well, and I'm excited to go against it. And hopefully he brings it because I'm gonna know it really, really well. But that's his team of 11. I'm gonna go over my team of 6, what I'm bringing, and why I'm bringing it. Every time I talk to somebody about my team, they're always saying like Iron Valiant is such a scary mon to prep for. It's hard to prep for. So yeah, I'm bringing it again. It's if I don't bring it, it's probably gonna be because to try to like trip someone up. But maybe for playoffs, here it goes hard, and I like this thing. So I'm bringing my shiny Iron Valiant. Lancelot here, wearing the choice specs to boost its special attack. It's gonna be a special attacking. Same thing as last kind of week, but we have Vacuum Wave, Icy Wind, Energy Ball, and Shadow Ball. Vacuum Wave is going to be there for the Darkrise. The Darkrise, it's not going to one-hit KO. I have to get it low. It's going to do around 70 to 80%. So if I get Darkrise low enough, he's going to outspeed me no matter what. Even if I'm Scarfed or Booster Energy or anything like that. If he's Scarfed, he's going to outspeed me. So I wanted to use priority, and especially super effective priority like Vacuum Wave. Icy Wind's there for the Hawlucha, the Hydrapple, and the Thiaki if it doesn't Terra. Energy Ball is strictly going to be there for the Vaporeon and Lyen Rock. Even Reggi Rock if it doesn't Terra. And then Shadow Ball's gonna be there for the Typhlosion, the Metagross, and the Slowbro. So this is a very good set, and I outspeed everything except for the Hawlucha and for the Darkrise. So I don't think I'll stay in the Hawlucha. Maybe if I predict the switch and I can Icy Wind, lower its speed, and then I can outspeed then. But I don't think I'm gonna stay in if I'm on Hawlucha, especially with that Flying Press being a flying type move. And then we have max special attack, max speed, and then that's it, man. Choice specs. I want to go full offense here, and I think this is the set to do it. Next, we're bringing the homie Skater Boy, my shiny Goldango, wearing the choice scarf. I like this. I like a fast Goldango. I think I can put in the work. We have Make It Rain, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, and then Trick. If I can trick this choice scarf onto like a very slow Pokemon like the Reggi Rock or even the Hydrapple, or even the Garian Slowbro, I feel like it'd be a lot of fun and just mess him up. And I like Chaos. Make It Rain is a very hard-hitting steel type move that I really like on Goldango. Shadow Ball is good stab coverage, especially for all those psychic types and the ghost types on this team. And then Thunderbolt's going to be there for the Vaporeon. I feel like I can hit that thing, and the Hawlucha. But I like this set a lot. Good as gold. I can't get status. Max special attack, max HP. Goldango is a good one, man. I love Goldango. It's probably my second favorite of Paldea behind Clodsire. So I want to see him shine this week, and we'll see him do it. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I'm bringing the same set as I did last week. We're bringing a Choice Scarf, Thundurus, my shiny Sparkles here. I'm bringing Volt Switch for momentum, Thunderbolt for just a hard-hitting attack, Dark Pulse for all those, again, the Psychic types, the Ghost types, and then Sludge Wave for the Sylveon and the Hydrapple. I really like this set. Again, I'm getting rid of Prankster. I'm not going to be able to use it, and that's cool with me. I just want to hit fast and just be annoying and Volt Switch around. I did notice he has no ground types. He has absolutely no ground types, not even a Terra ground. He has no ground type, so a Choice Scarf, Volt Switch Pokemon is gonna just run rampant around this team. As long as Darkrise not Choice Scarf, but I have to gauge that. But just Volt Switch around. That's going to be a fun plan to use, especially if there's no ground types. Next, we got the main man, Entei here, my shiny Mount Fuji, wearing the Assault Vest. I have 2 Assault Vest users. You would have noticed I got 3 choice items, choice specs, and 2 choice scarves. Now I'm rocking 2 Assault Vests. This is my first one. We're in Sacred Fire, Stomping Tantrum, Iron Head, and Extreme Speed. Sacred Fire speaks for itself. Stomping Tantrum is going to be there for the Typhlosion and all his Rock type Pokemon. Iron Head is specifically for that Sylveon. I feel like he's going to want to switch in the Sylveon, or I can kind of bait that. I can hit it really hard with the Iron Head. And Extreme Speed is good priority. That Darkrise is going to be really fast. Again, like I said, I need to get that into like the 70 to 80 range for the Iron Valiant to Oko. So if I can hit it with an Extreme Speed, get it around that area, or maybe even like around half, I think I looked at it, then Iron Valiant come in after, and Vacuum Wave. So I don't mind letting Entei go down if that means he can get a free Extreme Speed off, and we'll make it work. Its ability to Inner Focus, if I do see Thiaki, he might bring that as a lead. I'm hoping he doesn't remember Inner Focus or whatever, and he tries to fake me out. It doesn't work, and I can, if he Terras, if I can predict a Terra, I can go for Stomping Tantrum on the Fire, or Sacred Fire on the Grass or the Dark. So this will be the lead if I see Thiaki. Following Entei, we have my shiny Rillaboom Calm here, my second Assault Vest wearer, just to take those special attacks from the Darkrai, the Hydrapple, the Typhlosion, the Vaporeon, the Sylveon, the Slowbro, all those special attackers. We have Grassy Glide, Drain Punch, Knockoff, and High Horsepower. Great coverage for his team. Grassy Glides for priority, Drain Punches for that Darkrai if I can hopefully live a hit, which I think I can. Knockoff to get rid of items, especially any Assault Vests I see my way, so Iron Valiant can clean up, or Thundurus, or my special attackers. And High Horsepower is going to be there for the Metagross, for the Typhlosion, and just things like that. We have Max Attack, Max Defense, exactly like Entei. These are almost trained the same, where they're maxed out in defense, but they have that Assault Vest to help with the special, so they can take a good amount of hits, and then just have some fun, you know. And last but not least, we're bringing Brosidon here, my shiny Lapras, after taking a break last week. He's wearing the Leftovers to get that recovery, and he's going to be Terra Fairy. That can help me out with that Darkrai. It can take those Dark type moves and be chillin'. We have Freeze Dry for the Vaporeon, and the Hydrapple, and the Hawlucha. Just a nice Ice type move that can also hit Water type moves. Surf is going to be there for the Typhlosion and the Rock type Pokemon if they don't Terra. And then Alluring Voice is going to be there for that Darkrai. I brought Protect to help me with that recovery from the Leftovers, and just to kind of scout if I feel like I want to switch, but I don't know who to switch into. Let me hit that Protect, and I can figure it out. We're rocking Max HP, Max Special Defense, specifically for that Darkrai, and then Shell Armor, so we can't get crit. I don't want any surprise crits, and that just kind of throws the game for me. Shell Armor is going to be really nice, and I feel like this is the best team I possibly can make for this team. But that's going to be it, you guys. I'm so excited. The battle's going to be up tomorrow, and keep your eyes out for it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping by.